Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, The Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today? Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the Rip Berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
I have an idea. Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made, your way.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
A very pleasant good afternoon and welcome to the Saville Community Sports Center. It's a Saville Grand Prix here on Curling Stadium, part of the Stadium Sports Network. We have this second draw matchup between Serena Gray Withers and Kaitlyn Laws. Dave Schmel, along with Sean Joyce. Connor Sims is on the production, and we're so happy to have you here with us.
We're just waiting to see who gets in the hack first, because it was very close for draw to the button to determine who's going to have last rock here.
Absolutely. Really, really close. And, well, there we have our answer. It does appear to be Gray Withers with the hammer. They're throwing the red rocks. And stepping into the hack will be Kristen McCush to get the first end underway. And we saw this Gray Withers team earlier this morning. It was a good affair that they had.
Yeah, a good game with Corinne Brown, the two teams. One of the things that I like seeing with the two of them is that they were very consistent with their game calling all the way through. There was no flip-flopping back and forth of strategy, and I think that's why we ended up seeing that it was, I think, fair to say, the closest game out there this morning. Both teams played a disciplined style and went down to the last shot.
All right. See the guard coming up. And the redstone on the way.
A little different start than what we saw this morning as the play is starting out in front of the rings here in the opening end. Both of these teams were on the ice last weekend here as well. That might have something to do with it. We talked about it a bit this morning, and that Corinne Brown wasn't here last weekend. This could be her first weekend on the ice. They probably had some practice time, but I don't know if they've had any games yet.
That draw comes full 8 foot. This one coming on down to the shot zone, corner freezing. We see that stacking more and more, Sean.
Yeah, it's just part of what happens in the 5 rock free guard zone. There's only just so many scripts you can follow to start, and if that first draw is made well, all you can do is try to corner freeze to it. Well, that one was coming to rest. I swear I was paying attention while I was doing games last week, but it's the start of the season, and I think I did 7 last week, so I was trying to think, did these two play each other? And they did. They played in the quarterfinal last weekend. So Gray Withers came out with the win in that one.
Okay.
Just too many things to check as we get started to draw here, because both of these teams, not everybody would be playing back to back. There's 20 teams playing, only 16 play at a time. So there were 4 teams that didn't play this morning. They'll be on the ice this afternoon. Both of these teams played this morning.
So come on down here, the other side of the sheet now, Sean.
Yeah, it's kind of blocked off on that intern side. She'd like to get right to the pocket if she could. Now, this is the other issue, is that you go to the other side. I'm trying to remember. That should have been the side of the sheet they had their practice on, I think. Or maybe I'm getting them backwards. It's the problem with trying to call these games while you're working. I'm sort of watching the practice, but I'm also trying to get some work done. So maybe not as much attention as you would in the middle of the season or even on the Saturday. Chance to push red onto yellow now and get that Yellowstone out of the ring, sit 3 here.
And the takeout attempt is on the way. Got to move the yellow back a little bit to the back of the 4.
Yeah, it didn't get enough of the face of that first one. Shot stone is now the yellow one. Our overhead's looking at the wrong end. You could play the double, but that shot stone at the back of the 4-foot is wide open. Shot stone is now the yellow one. Our overhead's looking at the wrong end. Somebody's got a speaker turned on because I can hear myself.
Yeah, I was guilty of checking our feed right there just to make sure it sounded right. We thought we might have had a minor technical issue, but I think we're good to go.
That's why I use a headset.
Now I have the headset on as well, but then I want to make sure that what we are sending out to all the masses and upon masses of viewers that we have right now.
That was not a ton of room by the guard.
No, it was not, sir.
Actually worked out pretty well. I mean, it almost didn't touch the second red rock, but as it was, just moved it over in front of the shot stone at the back of the 4-foot. Still partially exposed, but it's not wide open anymore.
Obviously, I make that last comment in jest. Whether we have one person watching us or 30,000 people watching us, we are thankful for each and every one of you. You really make us feel like we're part of your family, and thanks for welcoming us and all the time. So, did you have something with cinnamon during the break?
I did not. Apparently, I don't have any cinnamon buns in the house.
You could make cinnamon toast.
Well, I could have, I suppose. That seems like a lot of effort. Just playing the draw weight tap here. Just try to move the red into the shot rock position. And I think probably try to keep the shooter out in the open a little bit so you've got it available to run into the yellow maybe.
Well, the aforementioned Zoe Cinnamon is working on this to hold it past the guard. Not going to be successful there.
Get it into the rings is not bad, though.
Will it corkscrew in with that last little bit? Yes, it will.
Because now you've opened up the red stone so that it could be promoted onto shot rock. Which means Selena Negavin's going to have to make a play on it, which means she can't cover up the rock at the back of the 4-foot.
See, one of our viewers is double fisting it, watching the Laws game with us and the Martin game on their phone. Lots of good action across the curling world right now. Just set your whole home up like mission control. 2 different tablets, a television, a laptop. You're good. We'll take care of all of it for you. I've been catching peeks at the U.S. Olympic pre-trials happening right now down in Charlotte. Big event for those people that are currently on the outside looking in.
I'm moving too many screens around when I was checking scores. Now I've got everything mixed up.
You like coming down to the back here?
I don't hate it. I mean, she's at the point now where you're looking at this thinking there's not a blank here. So how do we score 2? And your choices really are either you're hitting that one and try to roll to the corner. You're going to be behind the T line, but you maybe force the Laws team to play a hit over there somewhere, and that should leave something open. Or it's probably this draw. You can't really come around the center guards because they're pretty much lined up to come straight back.
This one comes down just a little spicier than they would have liked, I think.
Yeah, you don't mind moving it, but you would have liked to stay dead lined up. The point to the draw is you're kind of hoping to force the Laws team to blast everything out, and then you can maybe draw around the corner. I don't think they ever try coming around the middle with those 2 yellows that close together and lined up to potentially come straight back. Unless the Laws team rolls behind the guards. You roll behind the guards, you could try to come down in front of it. She'd probably like to hit and stay. I think ideally you want to stay pretty much right there. There's no pocket. She'd have to hit something.
So here comes Negavan. Pretty quiet. Left the pocket. Are we in like one of those scenarios where you don't really have a good choice?
Yeah, if you're all the way to it, you're behind the T line. But again, you kind of got to put your stone where they can't get it out. So straight draw to the front of the house behind those guards, there's the run back is an option. So I think you kind of have to come down to those. I might try to jiggle them just to get a wider pocket. And then if the Laws team moves them at all, there should be room to move the yellow one more time.
Because there's certainly room for 2 stones right now.
Yep. But if you're Grey Withers, you got to be thinking at the back of your mind that we might need room for 3. That's why I don't think you want a dead freeze here. I think you got to move the back one, the one you're coming down to. I think you got to move it a little bit. Hope that if Laws comes down to it again, she moves it again, and that way you've got room to jiggle it one more time and get shot rock. If you dead freeze this one, Laws can come down even with weight to move it, and hers is going to be frozen on the pin.
They're on the verge of losing this one. I hope there's room for 3 now.
Well, there's going to be room on the pin at least because they're going to try to get to the red one. Now they probably will want to move it. You'll be splitting the T line, but you're going to have all kinds of room to draw. If you could get it between the O and the R in storage, you should be good.
Oh, wow. That's pretty precise there, buddy.
Well, this has to be made first. She's looking to get it farther over. The way that last one walked, it certainly looks like she can get to the face of that red. She only needs to move it back, maybe 3 inches to be sitting 2. I don't imagine she'd be trying to throw the weight to move it any farther than that. It's more important to get to the face of it. So
here comes Kaitlyn Laws. And And we saw this last week. It is Slean Negevin throwing third, but calling the game from the house. On the way, they seem to be relatively happy with the weight. Just a nice clean right now. You see, there you go. It takes that line and walks on over.
Still needs to curl.
The line looks really good. It's all a matter of the weight and pretty good outcome, I would say, Sean.
Yeah. Didn't move it far enough to be sitting too, but she left her own stone at a very good angle. Not a lot of scoring area left. And really, Serena has to be very careful with this stone. This is just her first of two. If she bounces off at all and leaves Kaitlyn room to get at it, how do you get in with your last one?
And those are one of those shots that as a fourth rock thrower, that's never going to make the TSN highlight reel. But that is really a key stone.
Yeah. She there's no room to bounce here. I mean, you can see from the hack end, the stone that Kaitlyn just threw is maybe even a sliver out in the open. So if you freeze on it, dead freeze on it, but you're only a quarter overlapped, she's still probably got enough she can make a play on it. You got to get to half the face of that stone and lock it right on. I'm not sure you'll be shot, but if you leave her a chance to squeeze the two reds out, you'll be throwing against 5 with your last one and no chance to score.
So first for Gray Withers here. This has to be carried a little bit further. Exactly.
Yeah, it's not the worst because she couldn't afford to bounce off. I don't think Kaitlyn can do anything with that stone at the back of the forefoot right now.
I mean, if you draw again to lie 2,
you could leave a double, certainly.
He could for sure. You see them discussing just a straight guard. I don't hate that.
Yeah, the guard's probably the call. Now, if you're thinking about guarding the draw path, I think you're doing it with the out turn.
Well, it's the old thing, you always tell me, Sean, what are you guarding? So you have to make sure you make the right choice here. That'd be a great spot to have a stone.
Yeah, then she can't play the cold draw, and she'd have to make a decision if she really wants to take the risk of playing the tap on the red. Because if you play the weight to play the tap on the red up to the button and you don't get the line, that steal of 1 could turn into a steal of 2. Might have an angle in on the one that's just nibbling where I don't think she can hurt herself.
Kaitlyn Laws. Out of Winnipeg, her final of the first. See him curling across the center. Line looks pretty good.
You could bring that in and it would take away that slash. I think it took away everything.
That's a bingo, buddy.
She's got the tap up on the red if she wants to take the risk. I mean, you're throwing it as a draw weight tap. You shouldn't ever give up 2 playing it, but
I don't
It's
think
tough
you have
because
much else.
well, and it's tough because if you get just to the face and just have it back on a withdraw weight, I don't think you get enough of the button that way. I think you actually have to get across the face of the redstone ever so slightly so you can push it back to splitting center.
So we have a busy one in our opener, and Gray Withers is facing one.
Ten rocks in play, the 11th one coming down that will be in play, and somebody's going to score one. 4 rocks biting the 4-foot right now, and somebody's going to score one.
Final stone of the first end. Cinnamon on this one. Now Burgess hops in as well.
They want to go for weight, but this really needs to curl.
The line's not good enough. The weight's not there. So it's going to be a steal one for Kaitlyn Laws. And she draws first blood. We'll be back in just a moment from Saville after this on Curling Stadium.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
And we're back here from the Saville Grand Prix at the Saville Community Sports Center on the campus of the U of A. Beautiful 10-sheet facility in Edmonton. Dave Schmel, Sean Joyce, Connor Sims in the back, and we're happy to have you with us. It was a steal one, and here we are in the second.
Center guard thrown up to start. Now this one sliding to the back of the 8-foot. That changes the scenario. We talked about the script last end. Now, without last rock, the Laws team has a chance to get a stone into a good steal position early in the end, and then Gray Withers is going to have to scramble a bit. It's only a difference of about 6 feet from where she put that stone to where she put the one last end, but it's huge into how much it changes the way these next few shots are called.
Yeah, that 6 feet is literally the bridge at Arnhem. It's a bridge too far. This one also might be skating on them.
Yeah, they want to carve it to make it curl, and they're afraid to sweep it to make it deep, so they're kind of caught.
So now we got a big old pocket back there.
This is where the leads try to convince you that home ends must be downhill.
Well, I have a minor running theory with that because the lounge is on the home end and it's warmer in the lounge. And I think just a little bit of airflow off the end glass might make that side of the ice run just a little bit warmer, and you just make it just a fraction keener. And every ice tech who's watching right now can feel free to say, Dave, you're an idiot.
I'm just wondering how long you were in the lounge before you came up with this theory.
Well, because we've noticed this at my own club. It's about a quarter second faster towards the glass. And as one of our ice makers, I built the ice. I know that our floor is equally out of whack on both sides.
That never helps.
No, it doesn't, but you play the hand you're dealt, and we got a great place, so it doesn't bother me one little bit to lay down a few extra floods. So we got the angles and dangles game going right now.
Yeah. Two choices here, really. She comes down as she's playing on the intern side, tries to stay on the corner of that yellow, or you wouldn't be wrong here to peel the guard. That red at the back of the button's not leaving. If you get a chance to hit what is currently the shot stone, that red one's not leaving. There's no double on the reds there. You're committing to a pretty small scoring area, and I don't know if this one's getting by. They're going to have to go.
Yeah, they got to go really hard. That is on the guard all day and twice on Sunday.
Usually, we can't hear them. I don't know what they said there, but usually what happens when you get a shot like that and then you have a quick little discussion is, we should have peeled the guard. They're going to have some work to do now to get the middle open.
Doesn't look like they're going right to the peel. I think they're...
Well, no. Laws isn't going to peel.
No,
it's going to be Gray Withers, yeah.
Yeah, loading another one in sounds good to me. If you're throwing yellow rocks,
how deep do you go? Because you have to consider that red one might be coming back.
I almost like coming the other side in so I could be lined up with it better.
Lined up so that the run back doesn't hurt you as much. Yeah, the problem with that is it leaves the option for Gray Withers to still come around on the intern and get to the inside of that rock. I don't think she will, but I didn't think she would last time either.
I mean, all things being equal, give me a choice right now. I'd much prefer to be throwing the Yellowstones.
Yeah, if you're coming around the intern side, I think you only want to be top 8 foot.
If you come around the outturn side, you almost want to come all the way in.
You pretty much, yeah, there's no advantage to coming around on the outturn unless you're coming right to the face.
Execution-wise, what do you think would be simpler?
Probably in that outturn. I mean, it's there, but it looks tough because that rock is a full half rock out in the open, over buried, coming around the outturn. Short of the house on the intern's not the end of the world if you're worried about them bringing the red back. And I mean, they don't even have to run the red in. Like, there's two ways to bring the red back. You could play it as a run back. I don't think they would. But if you play the slash double peel, that red one's coming back into the house somewhere. It may not come on the right line to hit anything, but then again, it might. So you get something underneath it, you could kind of make that a little tougher.
So here we go, coming around the intern side. Shot from Peterman.
Not going to get by.
No, it's just a little light. It accomplishes a lot of the same thing. It's just too high.
Yeah, well, tough to get all three of them. You play the straight back run. If you make it, great. But if you happen to not, you might not have a shot left.
And to our friend commenting in the chat, this is the same way that Team Laws played last week. So it's a choice they've made. Don't know what really went into that choice, but this is 2 weeks in a row now they've been playing the same lineup the same way.
Yeah, they made a decision, and it was based on the sweeping, and I just feel that Kaitlyn's a powerful enough sweeper that they want to have her on the brush. That worked out about as well as it could. They got all three of the guards moved.
They've kind of had a nickel note. There it is.
I wasn't sure they could spin the shooter out of the way like that. So now it's going to be really tough for the Laws team with one rock to cover everything. That's
it was pretty
advantage back to the Withers team.
Oh, for sure, buddy. Absolutely.
It's a double on the Reds back there. She wants to play it. The one that just spun into the house, come across, get the one at the back of the button. Looking at Garden again.
Well, if you don't do that, what are you going to do?
Well, the option would be the double. You're getting late enough in the end. You're just trying to force her to one by saying she doesn't have enough rocks left to get back to the blank. The danger in this, okay, so playing it from the outturn side, she cannot afford to undercurl. If she splits the center line side, that's, she leaves her the broom side of that rock. She can't do much with the broom side. The problem, if you're too far into the rings, though, is she's going to try to run it.
You see the reference to bumper weight there.
Yeah, she's trying to get the shooter into the rings. I don't mind this call.
I'm actually a big fan of it.
Well, I thought they might look at, because it got a little tighter than the Laws team would have liked. You could look at running it back and try to pick the one off the button, but it is the other team's stone, so.
They do spin the shooter in the rings, and it might corkscrew back. No. There's a good look at it there. Doesn't look like that's in.
No, it doesn't. I'm wondering if there's enough room by the red guard. If it came down to it on the last one, could you come off that yellow for a pile? It looks like there is.
Oh. You're getting your non-existent telestrator ready. But curling fans, we understand it's on the way. We're just working out the kinks. We should have Sean able to do all his arrows and pointing and all kinds of fun stuff.
Well, I'm doing that now, but I'm running out of crayons. It's a little tighter still. just off the nose, gets 2 of the yellows.
See,
And I mean, even if your nose hit, you probably get both yellows, and the red one you'll make contact with it, but it jams at the back.
So Clifford here, they called for normal weight.
It's close.
Very close on it just a little bit now.
And we
Push
let
the one back and through. All right, you definitely rearranged everything.
Yeah, they let it curl just a little bit too much. Still better than it was.
Oh, for sure.
And it's getting real dangerous for Kaitlyn Laws to continue to ignore red stones. Hard to get that out. Hard to get a good freeze on it. If you cross it at all, playing the freeze, you could leave a triple.
So Peterman's going to come on down here.
I know anytime my second comes down to ask, that usually the question is there any way we can give up 3 doing this? And in this case, the answer would be, well, yeah. Yeah, this is, it's a dangerous situation. There's 3 reds. It's hard to do anything about any of them. Right now, Laws is in good, like I think, well, I'm not even sure which one's shot. Not that it matters, but if you try to play a hit on it, you might leave a triple. She's not throwing it hard with that amount of ice. Don't know if you can make the double on the reds with the weight she's throwing. You could certainly move them both if you can get to the nose of the first one. Leaving a pocket of red ones back there might not be the end of the world when there's a chance that all 3 yellows could move on the next one.
So trying to walk this one over just a touch. And tap it, move it back. You lie 3, but all behind the tee line.
Yeah, still pretty good, I think. Just where it sits, I don't think they can get all 3 of them.
They don't go? They might.
I think the middle one, if you're coming off the inside of the first one and then have your shooter come onto the second one, I think that second one's going pretty much straight back. It's more likely to take the red than it is to take the yellow.
Well, what if you play it more like a slash?
Well, then you're losing your shooter and you're not sitting 3.
Sitting 2, which is better than not.
It's not a gimme that you're getting all 3 yellows out even at that.
So do you just throw a good draw here?
Well, I wonder if you could just hit the outside one and flop on top of the one that was just thrown. I'm not sure what they're playing with that ice. They might be trying to get the double and spin up. So get the one that's at the side of the 4-foot. Have your shooter come kind of across the top of the other one, which will kick it back. I still think it's probably touching the red one, but then you might be able to get your shooter to spin back up in front of the tee line behind the guard.
Lots of possibilities here. Serena Gray Weathers with her first of 2 in the second. Not even a brush to it. That's going to roll off the side. Leave Law sitting 1 and 2.
And I think you're coming around to the top of the button now.
Yeah, that made that one a lot simpler. Even I can call that shot, Sean. Really? No poke at me?
Well, I mean, there's probably some people, well, why wouldn't she guard? And she could. The problem is there's a lot of red ones around, and if you just guard the shot stone, she's going to run the guard back, and if she happens to make it, it could be for 4. So sometimes your best guard is to bring another one in. Plus, she gets this one in front of the tee line. Like, if you bite the top of the button here, even if you're only half around, where does she score? Like, I almost think you don't want to be dead buried here, because if you're dead buried, she can probably come down to what is shot rock right now and get all of the button and be shot rock. If you're split the center line, she can't get to the inside of that yellow one. Split the center line with a bite of the button, she might have to play the wide out turn draw and catch what she can see of the button, and it's not going to be much.
So, final from Laws.
I'm not sure this needs to curl. It needs to slow down is what it looks like.
I think they're trying to knife it to slow it.
Ooh.
I think you get away with it.
Are you positive?
No.
It just, I think it just tapped the back one far enough. If it doesn't, like, you know, it's hit the yellow, and there's a double there. Now, if that yellow that they tap back, if that's 2 inches higher, it's a triple. I don't think it moves the other one, because it's just a little bit behind it now.
Yeah, I don't think you ever get the action, the one on the left one on the overhead.
No, but if that stone that they just tapped was 2 inches higher, you could. If it was a little bit higher than the one beside it, I think you could run this straight back and get the triple off the side of it. You'd have to have some weight because you're kicking the one pretty much straight sideways, but...
So facing 3, final stone at the end.
She's got to get to the nose here, too. If this ever hits on the high side, it's going to jam on the yellows, and she won't have very much room to roll.
Zoe picked this one up really quick. Looks to have it no problem as long as the shooter hangs around. And it does. And we are all tied up at 1. On the seesaw here from Saville. We'll be back after this.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk, and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made your way.
Welcome back to end number 3. We're all tied up here in Saville at the Saville Grand Prix. Kaitlyn Laws has a hammer. They're throwing the yellow stones. And Gray Withers is going to lay up the high guard here to start the end. And that just came off the center line. We'll see if that comes into play later. That I'm sure for sure they're playing the no-tick rule here. Really back and forth end in the second. Both teams had the opportunity to have the advantage, but only then ended up being a single point.
Once again, get that rock in front of the tee line. It really changes who's got control of the end early and what you're doing about it. Instead of trying to set up an offensive shot here without last rock, Gray Withers forced to freeze down to the face of that, really as a way to defend.
And that's in contrast to where we saw that first one slip a little bit deep and led us to a really abnormal end, honestly.
It took a while for somebody to get a rock in front of the tee line last end, and it really, until that happens, it's hard for either team to take a good stranglehold on any end, but it still leads to a lot of play in the forefoot. We've seen it for both ends already. It looks like we're going to see it again here. It makes for some very interesting angles. And oddly enough, more often than not, it usually makes for a lot of single points. There's a whole bunch of rocks biting the forefoot. It's not because there aren't chances.
This one doesn't look light. And it's right there with its sister, but very accessible. So after that big busy end, and well, I talk about this from time to time. It feels like at this point, I think both teams are willing to not think so much this end.
Well, I mean, we'll see. They've been playing them in. It's just the angle has just set up to leave a double, which is going to leave this as a fairly open end. And the guard that's out there is fairly long. The Laws team would be happy to play this through to a blank, get that last rock into the even end.
And get the hit and roll on over the edge of the 12. As we continue to go up and down the ice.
Yeah, you just can't take it too easy on any of these shots. It's critical for both teams for different reasons to stick around here. For Gray Withers, you have to stick around because if you ever roll out, they're peeling the guard, and then for sure you're headed towards a blank. For Laws, you ever roll out, and they're going to have a chance to come around and still could get a force that way. This is rolling a long ways.
A long, long way, and a long way out. So now we're going to have the peel at the top, and most assuredly a simpler end, and Team Laws, and you see Negavan calling the peel. They curl out of Winnipeg, and Sean, did you know that Winnipeg was the location of the world's first 911 emergency number?
I didn't know that. I did know that a short time ago, and I don't know if these stats are up to date, but it's within the last couple of years, it was the murder capital of Canada. So that would maybe go hand in hand with the need for a 911 service.
Well, without this conversation digressing into avenues where I certainly don't want us to go, it is home to the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, which is Canada's oldest ballet company and the longest continually operating ballet company in North America.
I think there are a lot of people there that would like to lay claim to them having the largest mosquitoes in Canada too. And as a resident of Saskatoon, I would like a moment for rebuttal. I feel that ours could rival a small bird themselves. So,
well, I thank the right honorable gentleman from Saskatoon for his comments.
It's not something you really want to be known for. It's the largest mosquitoes, but
we say that in Brigantine, New Jersey, that the state bird is a mosquito. So. And the city of Winnipeg hosts Folklorama, the largest and oldest multicultural festival in the world. What can Saskatoon do about that, Sean?
Where all of a sudden did this come from?
I don't know. I'm trying to get through the next 3 minutes.
This end brought to you by Dave Schmel's Google.
Yeah, well, and that and AI, and sure. I had a friend text me a fact too. I have them now.
You got the kind of friends you trust that it would be a fact? Because I've got the type of friends that they would text me what they would say was a fact. It would be something that they totally made up to see if I would repeat it on the air.
Oh, well, we had that the last game. We had some folks commenting in the chat with screen names that, well, let's just say they wanted me to read on the air. So here's Negaven as we march up and down the ice.
These kinds of shots are more important than they look, because you think, well, it's just an open draw to the house. But so much of the pregame practice and so much of the first three ends that we've played so far has been geared towards draw to the button, that they just don't get a chance very often to get a read on what the draws do towards the corner. A lot of times when you're going to the corner, maybe for the first time, it's because you're playing a come around. So they just got a chance with that one to get an idea of how much swing there is to the corner and, where the break is. Is it late? If they have to get around a corner guard later on in the game to try to set up a deuce, how much ice do they need? You're always going to school on a shot like that. And I think more so in today's game, because you just don't play that shot very often anymore. You throw the corner guards occasionally to start and end, but the come-arounds, you don't get as many chances to play it. And if the curl to the corner is gradual, and certainly we see the curl to the middle here has been really late and really hard late. If it's more gradual to the corner, those come-arounds can be a little tougher.
And they're going to make this hit and stick right there. It'll give Kaitlyn an opportunity to throw it back. Oh, Travel Manitoba has a site. 43 fun facts about Manitoba that will blow your mind. I might save that for the future. If we had Anderson, I'd have a fact I'd use, but about Gimli, but alas, that was last week. Hit and stick made here. Well, according to this article, Manitoba has more curling clubs than Ontario and Quebec combined. I did not know that. I don't know about the veracity, but that'd be interesting.
It wouldn't surprise me. You get out into the prairies, and every small town has a curling club, and that's not necessarily the case in Ontario and Quebec.
Now, and here's a fun one. The world's largest curling rock resides in Argord, Manitoba at the Argord Bifrost Curling Club. The rock measures 4.2 meters. I wish I had that sometimes.
Just to throw a guard?
Yeah. So now it's going to be laws for the blank attempt.
She does have to go really wide. There probably hasn't been anything, certainly not a hit out this wide. So, there's maybe been a few draws because of how much curlier is the middle. It would be close to this. But
yeah, we saw this be a little bit tricky last game. Final stone of the third. All the way out to the outside. Not really doing much with it. They're going to get the hit, the rollout. The blank is in the books. And all tied up. It will still be tied up when we come back from Saville.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Homet, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
And welcome back here. All tied up. It is Gray Weathers and Kaitlyn Laws here in the fourth end from the Saville Community Sports Center, the Saville Grand Prix. And Sean, our executive producer, Jerry Gertz, let me know during the break that Ontario has about 240 curling clubs, whereas Manitoba has about 110. So these Manitoba people might be tooting their horn a little bit too much.
Yeah, and I don't know which one would have more. That sounds to me low for Manitoba. It depends where Jerry's getting his numbers from too. Not all of the clubs, and I know that's the case here in Saskatchewan too. There are some older clubs that are no longer affiliated with the provincial association, so they can't necessarily take part in playdowns, but there's still a club there and the locals still playing it. So don't know if we're counting those ones or not.
If there's somebody from Curl, Manitoba that could set this terrible controversy to rest, which isn't one of all. Ontario is obviously a large province, but Sean, I definitely get your theory that every little backwoods town has a small club.
Yeah, that's just always the way it's been on the prairies. probably through much of Northern Ontario, though, too. I would think it's as much as they're all part of it. Northern Ontario and Ontario have their own separate associations within the Canadian Curling Association, but the Northern Ontario part would be more like the prairies as far as the geography.
This Charles going to get around the corner. A little bit behind the tee, but that's not so bad.
No, you don't mind that being back if you can convince your opponent to chase you around corner guards when you got last rock. You're happy with that strategy.
So this is Lindsey Burgess. You see, he's always Cinnamon trying to get the little carve in there. Just to the edge.
Yeah, I question that technique a little bit. I don't want to pick on her or anything, but you know, the downward pressure on the broom all based on how much weight you can get pushing down. So when she's using kind of a jumping motion, that's actually counter to getting any pressure downward on the broom.
I've seen a few players with the, for lack of a better word, the hop technique. I'd love to see how that works on a smart broom.
Yeah, it would be worth taking a look at. There might be some thought that the extra weight that you have as you're coming down is kind of counters what you lose going up. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a fair number of players doing it, so they're not being coached out of it immediately, so somebody must believe in it.
Well, and they might be trying to time it to the stroke too. There has been a lot of research that indicates you've got a lot more pressure on your downward stroke than you do on your pull stroke anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Your pull stroke is coming up anyway. So if they're trying to time that so that they're going down on the push stroke to maximize the pressure on that more effective stroke anyway, maybe there might be something to that.
And that team was part of U of A, and pretty strong program. So if anybody's looked into it, I would think that the U of A certainly has. But I'm just too busy trying to remember what foam I'm supposed to use. Just get the top guy there. Still 1-2 for Gray Withers. So Stone from Clifford. And Sean, how deep do you really like this guy? They like it way the heck up there.
Yeah, I might like it just a shade deeper than that. It's you got to take away the path to the shot stone, but at the same time, you want to make the double peel difficult, or you make it awkward somehow or another. That's close enough. They might try to run it back onto the one in the house again.
Asking for a pretty firm weight here. Sees a little bit of schmutz. Gets rid of it. All right, we're back. De-schmutzified and ready to rock. Trying to walk it over just a touch. Going to get the one, hit the second one, and there's your double right there. And you get a guard out of it extra.
Line had to be close out of her hand because they were down early. Just came up enough to catch that second one on the way by. Critical to roll as far as they did, I think, as well, because you still want to have a chance to be able to get to that redstone at the back of the 8 foot later on, if it comes to that. That's how you get your extra point, with that yellow stone still sitting in the 8 foot. That might be why you see Grey Withers coming around from the wide out turn now. Doesn't want to leave a double that direction. Now, and I understand what she's thinking in that way, but the problem is with the amount of curl that they get on this ice, this could over curl the guard and still leave a double. Got to be really careful with this. It's going to be tight by the guard. This is likely popping out in the open.
Past the guard, no problem. Really just needs to sit more than anything.
Probably gets away with it because it's deep.
Yeah, because the double jams all day now.
Well, she'd be into the back side of the second red one, too. The double was probably always going to jam, but if you could stay over that, like, you didn't have to kill the yellow one. You just had to roll in that direction. I don't think you can really do that now.
So you see bumper weight.
Just look to roll a little bit to the broom side, and then Grey Withers will likely have to do something with it. And there's a chance she leaves that double.
And don't forget, those guards look pretty queued up into that line right now.
They do. Tough to play that against a possible steal, though. There's some room between those two.
It depends. If it's for 3, I might be tempted to try it. This one is curling a bunch. Not going to get much of a roll at all. Yeah, so.
That's all right. Grey Withers still has to roll underneath, but certainly a lot more makeable now. I mean, you can see that rock, up one rock's width higher now, and if she happens to hit it on the nose again, then there's definitely an angle to roll for Laws to roll towards the red-yellow combination. She won't be able to kill the red. It's going to go into the yellow, but she doesn't have to move it very far either. She just needs to roll onto the corner of the red and break those two up. And how do you get either yellow out? If you can't get either yellow out, you're running the risk of giving up 3.
First of 2 from Grey Withers on the way in. And they get just a hair of a roll.
Yeah, it's there, though.
Oh, for sure.
You play the hit, roll towards the red. You don't need to move the yellow very far because your shooter's going to stay on the corner of that red stone. But I do think you need to break them up a little bit just to make sure you have room to pass it by on the next one. It looks pretty innocent for Grey Withers right now, but Kaitlyn Laws make a good one here. There's 3 is still in play. Having said that, so is the force and so is the steal. There's 3 rocks to come and two rocks to come and 3 possible outcomes yet.
So Wallace with her first to 2 with Hammer here in the 4th. Tied up a fair. We're sitting at 1-0 right now.
Might be a little too thin here. No, she's good.
Really nice outcome there for sure.
Yeah, the safest play for Grey Withers to try to get the force is to roll underneath the corner now onto the pocket. Sit 2 that way, but it will leave lots of room for Kaitlyn Laws to pick up her single at least. She can't hit this on the broom side.
I mean, I suppose you could get back to a blank if you were to hammer it.
I don't think you do. I think the red will go underneath the yellow. I think it'll drag underneath.
Which you don't hate if you're throwing red.
Well, yeah, you do, because then it's going to be a hit for 2. You're not burying your shooter.
No, I think both yellows would go though.
No, I don't think it's going to touch the second one. I think it drags past it.
Okay, that's certainly one that I would grab a stone at after the end and just find out. Trying to work this over is Zoe.
Touched it.
It did touch it. Would have made contact. They do lie too. Is there a slash share for 2?
Yep. It's not without risk. I mean, because you can't throw it hard to make it. You're just going to try to touch the second one on the way by. You can make the slash with. You can throw it hard to make the slash. Pardon me, but you're not holding the shooter because you're only hitting, a thick half.
So you see them, Selena's trying to line up the angles there. Tough shot for a deuce, but it is certainly there.
Yeah, and they'll throw this quiet. If it over curls, you nose hit it, you get your 1. That's fine.
Kaitlyn Laws with her final of the 4th. On this one relatively quickly. Very quiet wait. Shooter's going to be around for sure now. Are you going to get the bonus, the double? Oh, did you kiss it enough? Oh my goodness, that's close, Sean.
I think so. I think they got it. I think I saw 2 fingers go up.
All right, so the score went up really quick, and we'll find out what that is when we come back. You're watching Curling Stadium.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at the RockShop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The RockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
And welcome back here. It was a deuce, and Sean, let's take a look at that last shot.
Yeah, they were on it early on most of the way down, and at the end worried that it needed to curl a little bit. Actually, as it turned out, they almost overcurl this. It just catches enough of the second rock to move it far enough. A couple more brush strokes on that. It's a lot less anxious touching that second stone, but moved it far enough to get her deuce.
So it's 2 for Laws. Gray Withers will have the hammer when we come back after the break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Go through the first show. Hey, and welcome back here on Curling Stadium. It's the Saville Grand Prix at the Saville Community Sports Center on the South Campus of the University of Alberta. It's a 2-stone lead for Kaitlyn Laws over Serena Gray Withers. Dave Schmel along with Sean Joyce. Connor Sims handling our production. You see that first guard go up there. But we have a lot of action happening all over this beautiful facility. And Sean, why don't you get us caught up?
Okay, 16 teams out there again this afternoon. So some of these teams are playing twice, and I haven't got the full list in front of me of which are the 4 that are playing their first games. But I think it's the first 4 are the ones on sheets 3 and 4. So on sheet 3, Rui Wang and Kaylee McNamee tied 3-all. Taylor Reese Hansen and Krista Hilker. It's Reese Hansen with a 5-0 lead after 3 ends of play. Reese Hansen was on the ice last week as well. Eubene Park and Ashley Teveno on sheet 5. It is Park with a 5-1 lead. Teveno with last rock there. Nancy Hansen trails Ikui Kitazawa 2-1, but Hansen has last rock as they play in the fourth. Yunji Gim on sheet 5. An early win. They took a 9-1 victory after 5 ends over Nikki Kaufman. Nancy Martin trailing Amanda Sluchinski by a score of 3-1. It is Martin with last rock in the fourth there. And on the other side of our sheet, Corinne Brown with a 2-0 lead over Emma Deschifar. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. I apologize. I've probably pronounced it 3 times wrong already today. I'll find out before we get them on the air.
You know what? At least you've done it 3 different ways.
Yes. Well, because I did it once and decided, that would be a very unfortunate way to mispronounce it if it happens to be wrong. So I've been careful not to mispronounce it the same way.
I'm going to go with DeSheffert.
That'd be close, probably, maybe.
It's safe at least.
Yeah, it's safe for sure.
Anyway, back here, Gray Withers trying to get something going here in the fifth.
Yeah, I suppose just because it starts with a D-E, I'm not sure why I'm trying to make it into a French-sounding name.
Because it's Canada. You assume anything that looks French has to be French. It's not always French.
Yeah.
So you like the cleanup on aisle 9 here?
It really depends on how well it's made. Because, there's a chance you kill everything off the center here, and that's not ideal when you don't have last rock. Yeah, okay. So no, I don't really like it.
I think I heard us both wince at the same time. See that one just come up a little bit short of the rings. Certainly want to be about 6 feet deeper there.
Yeah, it had to be in for sure. Now it's essentially, as much as there isn't quite an overlap, it's almost like an overlap guard. It's edge to edge. You get the roll underneath here, and it suddenly really flips the advantage in this end in a hurry, because the middle is cluttered again.
Hit and stick right there, so opportunity once again to get under cover. And you're only going to be just a touch above the D line if you make this well.
Yeah, I thought they might look at rolling behind the corner here, actually.
They get the hit. How far of a roll? Roll's just a touch behind the T line. So let's see if Team Laws chooses to take advantage of that with negatives first.
Well, I'm reading lips. How much do you have? She played the double run through early in the end. You got to think she's content to play defense here if she's got a big enough piece of it. And maybe they've decided they don't have a big enough piece of it. The double run was definitely an indication they were willing to play defense here with a 2-point lead.
I see them moving around to the intern side.
Yeah, this is definitely more of an offensive call. I mean, it's a good opportunity for it too.
And I feel like it's just a higher percentage shot to make, whereas the little soft weight isn't necessarily as easy.
Yeah, it's not necessarily easy. I mean, and you're certainly going to roll open. I mean, the result is it's a defensive shot. There's just no doubt about it. And there's always the chance that Grey Withers could ignore it and just come around anyway. I don't know if she would in the fifth end, but
Past the guard, this needs more weight than it has. Can they get all the way down to it? Their shot rock. Nicely thrown in pretty good angle, Sean.
yeah, that's all they needed to do. They didn't really need to come right down to the face. The run on the red is, you know, you run it onto the yellow, you're probably bringing it back into the red anyway. If she's going to play the run, that was the little gesture she made with the broom. They're talking about running the yellow guard over the top of the red one and then try to have it come more or less straight back. So you can do a couple of things with this. You can open up the middle and possibly change things around in the forefoot a little bit. I mean, if you hit it absolutely perfect. Yellow across the top of the red, have the red come back almost straight back, pick the yellow by the red at the back and sit two with no center guards. Even if you're that perfect, and that's a tough shot. It's really tough to call. You're still going to leave it double, but you'll be out of trouble for the end. You certainly want to make contact with both here if you could. Oh,
the one over the top of everything.
Any touch on that. Might have put it into the rings even, would have been okay.
So just electing to replace the guard here. Negavan gets settled in here. And I have phoned a friend, Sean, and I have a phonetic spelling for us.
Okay.
De Schaeffer.
Okay.
And it's, yep, so De Schaeffer.
Nice position for that guard. It's very long, so you could probably get to the inside corner of that yellow, but it's well in front of the T line, and it makes that double, the double peel to bring back. There's a lot of distance between them. It's very tough now. Thinking about trying to get to the red directly, and you have to cross it a little bit to get a good angle coming back. It's going to look tough from the hacks. It's there on this ice. It definitely is. This is where it can be fortunate that this is their home club. They were playing here last week. So a lot of times when you see a rock like this from the hacks where you can't see all of it, and it does look difficult, it helps if you can just have faith, believe that it's there. Well, of course, if you've been playing on ice like this all the time, you know it's there.
So taking on the delicate little shot here.
I'm not sure they played what I was playing. She's just trying to tap that in and open up the Yellowstone. It's a good result, too.
Okay, so we have another pronunciation being thrown in. There's Skifford, which is closer to Skifford, which is closer to what I said just at first look. So either way, we don't mean any offense if we ever mispronounce the name.
I'm trying very hard to find out the right pronunciation.
No, we tried to do the best. Apparently, this is from a family connection, but the person I spoke to should have known them in real life too. So, okay, well, the second one I just gave you came from Colin Hodgson. So, we'll see. Anyway, we're happy for them when they do well. We do try to get it right, guys, and I'm sorry to anybody who we ever get it wrong. It's certainly never intentional. Be great if we had a media guide in curling, but alas. That's going to slide over the top. And you see Laws scratching her head there.
Yeah, chance to set up your 2 now.
Yeah, take it, roll it, just half rock buried on the outside, maybe?
Yeah, even if you did bury it, like you really want to make her play that stone in the 4-foot.
Because you would never be so bold to try to freeze that.
No, hard to freeze it. How do you get to it from either turn? It's in the middle of a port. She'd hit it and roll.
Yeah, I think you might be able to freeze on the intern side, but
you might. But
it's a big might.
Yeah, with a 2-point lead, you're not playing that. It's the other thing is if you overroll the corner guard, even by half a rock, so that you're sticking out half on the other side. Kaitlyn probably tries to roll that way too, and she might make things more difficult for you. She can't really bury it around the center guard in a way that you can't get to it. Yeah, it's a nose hit to 4. She could even roll under the center now just to make sure you don't leave any kind of a double. Nose hit ear's probably good enough, but if you could roll buried, she'd have to draw for 1 for sure.
So the last from Kaitlyn Laws, trying to walk it over. Gonna make contact, so you're killing it for sure. Gets a really nice roll frozen.
Yeah, that'll be fine. There's
that's a draw
no double
all,
there.
Yeah, it's a draw all day now. Nicely controlled little touch shot there, Sean.
Yeah. plenty of room to play this draw on either turn. It's maybe just a personal preference to play the out turn here.
Final stone of the 5th end. Grey Weathers facing 2, just needs every bit of the 12-foot. Nobody seems terribly concerned about it, and it looks a little spicy. Is it going to hang on? Will it hang on the back? Yes, it will. And you get your single, trailing by 1. Laws will have the hammer in 6 when we come back from Saville.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
So welcome back to Saville. The force was on. Grey Weathers held to 1. Laws up 1 with playing the 6th end. Dave Schmel, Sean Joyce, Connor Sims with you. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to Curling Zone, oh, why don't you do that already? Just, click that. It doesn't cost you anything. You can stay up to date on everything all season long. We are looking so forward to bringing you a big season of curling. So with that force, you'd have to say that Laws likes where they're at right now.
Oh, for sure. They've got hammer and a lead in the even ends. That stone got really tight coming by the free guard and no tick zone guard, but stops in the front of the 4 foot, and it's still a good piece behind cover, although it's out the other side.
So Zoe Cinnamon with her second, it's going to be just biting the rings, a little short of the intended target, but not too bad. Chance for Laws to corner freeze the angles and move this into the angle and dangle game. It's just across the corner. Is that enough angle, Sean?
I think it is just enough that it's hard for Gray Withers to use the redstone in the 12-foot, and Laws, if they get a chance, would be able to pass it through. Now there's some separation there, so it's not likely something they play right away, but something to watch for later on. Gray Withers will come from the other side, and then this is the 5th stone of the end, so the Laws team, if they so choose, could move the center guard on the next one.
Let's see, Connor asked everybody where they're watching from. We'd be happy to know. See where you guys are joining us from. You do have to be subscribed to take part of the chat. Once again, doesn't cost you a cent. But you guys don't have pennies anymore, so it doesn't cost you a nickel. And we're going to have a talk about it. So, Professor, what's the best outcome here?
Well, the simplest shot is to just straight peel the guard, and I think that's what they're going to settle on. If she could have seen enough of the yellow to play yellow onto red, and that might have been what they were coming down to take a look at, it would have passed the one at the top of the forfeit, I think. They're not too worried about the stone at the back of the forfeit just yet.
Yeah, for a second I thought it might drag, but now that I look at the overhead, there's plenty of air.
Yeah. And I would assume here that they're just trying to get the shooter all the way out of play too.
So here's Peterman on the peel. There we go. We got Carpentario, Malmo, Sweden.
This could come down to, okay, you just saw your opposition peel the guard, so you got to figure, well, they don't like the guard, so let's put the guard back, and they'll peel it. At some point in time, she'll make a play to probably try to corner freeze that yellow one, but you do it too early, and it gives the Laws team too much chance to try to move things around and certainly get through to a risk-free end.
This one has to go, though.
They're just playing a guard. It's fine.
Yeah.
They won't play the freeze right away. Now, they didn't get that one quite to the same line. If you wanted to play the yellow onto the red past everything, it's probably there now. Could make a play on the back one.
You see Laws and Negavan talking about that. But no, they're just going to go play the top one again.
I don't know whether they were seriously thinking about playing anything else, or if that's just one of those spots where you want to make the other team think, you better not throw one more guard, or we're going to play something else. You'd love to have your opposition blink first if you could.
So you say it's just a little bit of strategery.
Well, it can be. When you get to this point in the game, this point in an end, and especially an end that's shaping up like this, it becomes a game of cat and mouse. And I've talked about this before. I really enjoy watching this because it's a case of, well, we're going to keep throwing up one more guard because we know you don't like the guard and you're in a bit of trouble as long as we've got the guard. The forfeit is really small. But at some point in time, you throw one too many guards and they come around. So for the Kaitlyn Laws team, they're thinking, well, we either want them to throw one too many guards or one not enough. We don't want them to switch at the exact time that we don't want them to switch. So it's even when nobody's doing or saying anything to try to get into that psychology, it's still there. I mean, there's still always that question of when are they going to switch gears. I've gone so far as to ask the opposition, but damn it, sometimes they'll lie to you when you ask. If I throw one more guard, are you going around? I've had them actually lie to me. Can you believe it?
I don't believe it.
This kind of simplifies the decision because you can run this into the pocket of the Reds and sit 2 yellows in the rings, nothing really covering. The backstone's going to be open. It's getting now to the point where Gray Withers has to be careful she doesn't give up the shot for 3.
So Law's holding the broom and Negavan in the hack. We're going to see some granite move here. Off it. Needs to come up a skosh. Going to move those 2 Reds out.
That's really good.
Shots down the back belonging to Gray Weathers. Take another look at it, Shawnee.
Yeah, best you could do here. She was just trying to run it straight into the pocket. I think the bonus here is she stayed dead lined up to the yellow, and yet the red one at the back of the forefoot's still exposed. You could maybe, if you're Gray Withers, take a run at the double, but it's dangerous. And, playing any kind of draw, you're still playing with fire. There's a 3 sitting out there to be scored.
Well, you're down 1 without, and even the 6, so I think you had to play with fire now.
Yeah, to a point. You don't want to give up 3 here. You give up 3 here, the game's realistically over. In a blank, you're still alive.
This gets past the first one and
can't bounce. Oh, that's really good. That's a really good shot.
So what makes that absolutely perfect?
She can't double the Reds, and she's to play what she's playing now, she's got to lose a yellow. You're probably still shot rock after this shot's made.
So Negavan with her second. Good firm normal weight, trying to walk it over just a touch. On the top one, push it back. And you are correct, Mr. Joyce. Gray Weathers is still shot.
Yeah, not bad though. By moving that yellow back, if she makes a play on it, she could leave you a double. There's still going to be a chance for 2. If she ignores 2 yellows in the rings, 3 is still a possibility at least.
So you see them pointing to the top of the 8-foot. Do you ever try to kill the yellow and roll flat enough to almost be on top of yours?
I don't think you can roll that flat.
That'd be huge if you can make it, because you can get the force that way, but you might not be able to make it.
Yeah, and you could leave the double easier by rolling part way there.
Oh, it would have to be perfect. So this is the higher percentage shot, drawing top 4, I believe. This is still certainly not a layup. First to 2 for Serena. It is heavy. Probably not how you want to miss that one, Sean.
No. Double and roll towards the wing, and there's not even going to be an easy double back.
So big opportunity for Laws here. Looking to improve her record to 2-0 here. Taking virtually zero ice. And they do pick it up right away. This is clear the guard, should be okay. Skinny past it, and you make the double. Live 1, 2, 3.
Didn't get the roll, though. It's left her a chance to maybe roll underneath and try to take it. It certainly wouldn't be for 3 anymore if you could get buried. It would be for 2 with the run back.
Well,
she's looking at the corner freeze, too. That's
a hero freeze.
It's got to be real good. If you bump it back, there's probably room to pick it between them for 4.
I think she figures giving up 2 is really bad too, as well.
You get the roll underneath. The 2's not a gimme. It's a 6-foot run back.
So very aggressive call here from Gray Withers. See how it shapes up.
Yeah, the nice thing for her here is if she locks this on, that there's no way it's going over the top of the other yellow, I wouldn't think. The problem is if she leaves some daylight, there might be room to pick it between the 2 yellows.
Her final is 6th. Lots of pressure on Burgess and Cinnamon here to judge this one correctly. Lots of talking. Now taking the curl. Want to lock it just to the correct spot. Walk it down. No separation desired.
Yeah, it's there for 4. Curled too far and didn't get right onto the corner.
That's literally a 2-inch difference.
It's not, it's not a gimme by any means.
Oh, for sure you could. You get a little bit, you get too cutesy with this. You could jam in there and only get 1. So, Kaitlyn Laws with a big shot for up to 4 and possibly the game.
Not going to throw a ton of weight here. Even if you just push it far enough to get out of the 8-foot, it's for 3.
Final stone, the 6-10. Pretty good scrub on it.
Yeah, it's getting tight to that rock out front.
It's going to be really tight to the Rockets. Pass it, no problem, I think. Yes, it is. Passed and all the way through, and there it is. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that will be handshakes. So it's a 7-2 victory You can hang that as the final score for Kaitlyn Laws. And Sean, just a game of inches, as much as, as we often say.
Yeah, well, a lot of risk taken in this last end, and Gray Withers, to her credit, she lost the game earlier today and was in a must-win game, so she's playing aggressively here. Just pick one or the other. Like, she overcurled a little bit and came short. You could get away with being short as long as you got the line for the first one, because there wouldn't have been room to pick it out like that. There still might have been a room for 2 around the other side, but there wouldn't have been room for the 4. She kind of got the worst of both worlds. It overcurled a little bit and got deep enough that there was room to pick it clean between those two. And Kaitlyn Laws made a great shot. She moves to 2-0.
So congratulations to them, and we will be back with more action at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 9 o'clock in the East. So from the Saville Community Sports Center, for Sean Joyce and Connor Sims on the production, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you so much for watching Curling Stadium. Good day.